Monopeat. Save game. Select all option. Inventory. Monopeat. Save game. Game save. What? Vanilla factory basement. What? Vanilla factory basement. 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 What? Vanilla factory basement. Vanilla factory basement. Okay. Vanilla factory basement. Vanilla factory basement. Okay. Vanilla factory basement. Vanilla factory basement. Okay. What? Vanilla factory basement. Inventory. Monopeat. Save game. Select all option. Vanilla factory basement.
Manamon is loading. Please wait. Load complete.
File menu. Inventory. Monopeat. Game save. Selected option. Inventory. Monopeat. Save game. Selected option. Inventory. Monopeat. Save game. Selected option. Inventory. Monopeat. Save game. Game save. Selected option. The door is locked. A sign reads prison of frozen time. Use the prison key to unlock the door. Prison of frozen time. What is this place? I asked myself. It was a concrete, rectangular room. It was empty. Mostly empty. There was an odd vortex in the left-hand area, and what may have been a shadowy silhouette of a human inside of the whirling colors of the vortex. There was also a boy, maybe 10 years old, standing with his hands in his pockets and his back pressed against the cold prison wall. Yvonne. I gasped. Hello JC, I knew you'd be here, sooner or later. Yvonne said. I came down here when Kuro alerted me of your invasion. Dad's not here right now, you see, and Kuro couldn't contact my dad. So she alerted me instead. I decided to come down here and wait for you. I knew you'd come here, I knew you would. What? I asked. He motioned at the vortex. I only just found out myself. Yvonne said. Found out what? I asked. Yvonne seemed surprised. You don't know? He asked. Well, why then did you come here? It's the only area of the factory I've not yet visited. I replied. What's going on, Yvonne? Your father. Yvonne said. I stiffened. What about him? I asked. Octoros has created an incredible and dreadful method of torture. Yvonne said softly. He injures and tortures a victim to within an inch of their life and then sticks them in there. He said, motioning at the vortex. In the vortex? I asked. Yup. Yvonne replied. The vortex is essentially an area of the room where time is, well, slightly distorted. Time is frozen. The victim is trapped in the perpetual state of intense agony. The vortex itself is not stuck in time, so time does pass, in a sense, but any reparative capabilities of the body are non-functional. The victim also cannot age or die. And what does that have to do with? I started to ask, but stopped. I realized exactly what that had to do with my father. You are kidding me? I said, breathlessly. Octoros tortured your father in order to find out where the Arad pendant was located. Yvonne explained. Your father fought valiantly, or so I'm told. But it was too much for him. After he was reduced to a shell of his former self, he garbled the answer Octoros wanted. JC, pendant has he got, my eye, son. After this, Octoros trapped your father in the prison of frozen time and, well, there you have it. He came to Mount Centaur, where he knew you'd be traveling, and forcibly took your pendant. Good chit-chat is it, Yvonne? A man said, stepping out from the shadows. Kumara. Yvonne said, startled. Yes. Kumara said. Kuro told me about JC as well, and some warriors told me they saw our favorite rebel headed for the prison. I figured I'd better come down and destroy the infiltrator once and for all. You're obviously not going to do it, you disgrace. If father heard you talk about me with such disrespect, you'd be eliminated. Yvonne growled. Oh, think you're so scary, Yvonne, do ya? Kumara challenged. You don't scare me. You're not even old enough to have facial hair yet. I'm old enough to be your grandfather. But you're scared of dad. Yvonne sneered. You are holding the shadow warriors back, Yvonne. Kumara taunted. Just because your damn father doesn't realize it doesn't mean he wouldn't come to appreciate the fact. And in case you haven't noticed, daddy's not here right now. Yvonne threw himself at Kumara, punching him in the nose. Blood poured from the wound. This fight isn't for us, Yvonne. Kumara said. I will not strike back, because you are quite right. It would result in my termination. Just stand back while I take care of JC. Some shadow warriors came down the stairs and approached Yvonne. They whispered something to him and he walked toward the exit. Good luck, JC. Yvonne said. I know you can beat him. Shadow Administrator Kumara has challenged you to a battle. Kumara sent out a Radira. Go, Skiriel. Radira used Tread. 27 damage. Radira has dealt 14 damage to Skiriel. Choose a move, Rage Buff. Skiriel has dealt 155 damage to Radira. Radira has been defeated. Skiriel gained 1226 experience points. Shadow Administrator Kumara is about to summon Ninjarkin. No, Kumara sent out a Ninjarkin. Ninjarkin used Bone Blade. Ninjarkin's strength was increased by 2 stages. Skiriel used Rage Bug. Skiriel has dealt 147 damage to Ninjarkin. Ninjarkin has been defeated. Skiriel gained 1558 experience points. Shadow Administrator Kumara is about to summon Tigrat. No, Kumara sent out a Tigrat. Skiriel used Rage Bug. Skiriel has dealt 150 damage to Tigrat. Skiriel has become Berserk. Tigrat has been defeated. Skiriel gained 1465 experience points. Shadow Administrator Kumara is about to summon Descon. No, Kumara sent out a Descon. Skiriel is out of control. Skiriel used Toxic Storm. Skiriel has dealt 116 damage to Descon. Descon has been poisoned. Descon used Nightstick. The attack missed. Descon suffered 13 damage from poison. Skiriel is out of control. Skiriel used Venom Shot. Skiriel has dealt 54 damage to Descon. Descon has been defeated. Skiriel gained 1314 experience points. Shadow Administrator Kumara is about to summon Bombasek. Do you want to substitute your mana? Kumara sent out of Bombasek. Skiriel is no longer Berserk. Choose a move. Skiriel has dealt 29 damage to Bombasek. Bombasek used Limb Thrust. Bombasek has dealt 104 damage to Skiriel. Bombasek suffered 32 damage from the backlash. Skiriel has been defeated. Select Bombazor. What do you go? Bombazor. Select an action. Bombasek. Bombasek has 46% health remaining. Choose a move. Dread. Bombazor has dealt 59 damage to Bombasek. Bombasek has been defeated. Bombazor gained 1623 experience points. Shadow Administrator Kumara is about to summon Thornita. No. Kumara sent out a Thornita. Choose a move. Bombazor has dealt 38 damage to Thornita. Thornita used Implant. Bombazor's health is being drained. Bombazor suffered 18 damage from Implant. Thornita regained 9 health. Choose a move. Bombazor has dealt 38 damage to Thornita. Bombazor suffered 8 damage from Thornita's thorny body. Thornita used Toxic Spray. Bombazor has been poisoned. Bombazor suffered 18 damage from Implant. Thornita regained 9 health. Thornita has 61%. Select. Choose a move. Bombazor has dealt 41 damage to Thornita. Bombazor suffered 8 damage from Thornita's thorny body. Officer suffered 17 damage from poison. Both Ornita used off a drain. Both Ornita has dealt 39 damage to Fauntazor. Both Ornita regained 19 health. Fauntazor suffered 18 damage from implant. Both Ornita regained 9 health. Both Ornita has 52% health remain. Choose a move. Fauntazor has dealt 37 damage to both Ornita. Fauntazor suffered 8 damage from both Ornita's thorny body. Fauntazor suffered 17 damage from poison. Both Ornita used off a drain. Both Ornita has dealt 39 damage to Fauntazor. Both Ornita regained 19 health. Fauntazor has been defeated. Fauntazor, Dormanoid, Radira, Dunhammer, Go, Dunhammer. The attack missed. Choose a move. Stun Bolt, selected, both Ornita. Both Ornita has 39%, selected, choose a move, Spark, Dun. Dunhammer has dealt 27 damage to both Ornita. Dunhammer suffered 6 damage from both Ornita's thorny body. Both Ornita used Toxic Spray. Dunhammer has been poisoned. Both Ornita has 21%, selected, choose a move, Daring Comeback, Metal Fist. Dunhammer has dealt 10 damage to both Ornita. Dunhammer suffered 6 damage from both Ornita's thorny body. Dunhammer suffered 13 damage from poison. Both Ornita used off a drain. Both Ornita has dealt 32 damage to Dunhammer. Both Ornita regained 16 health. Both Ornita has 25. Select, choose a move, Hammerhead, fighting. The attack missed. Dunhammer suffered 13 damage from poison. Both Ornita used implant. Dunhammer's health is being drained. Select an action for Dunhammer, choose a move. Hammerhead, fighting, physical, metal fist, steel and fighting, physical, hammerhead, stun bolt, electric, UP remaining third. Dunhammer has dealt 20 damage to both Ornita. Dunhammer suffered 6 damage from both Ornita's thorny body. Dunhammer suffered 13 damage from poison. Dunhammer suffered 13 damage from implant. Both Ornita regained 7 health. Both Ornita used off a drain. Both Ornita has dealt 30 damage to Dunhammer. Both Ornita regained 15 health. Both Ornita has 27%. Select, choose a move. Dunhammer has dealt 40 damage to both Ornita. Dunhammer suffered 6 damage from both Ornita's thorny body. Both Ornita has been defeated. Dunhammer has been defeated. Select the Manamon to use. Sterile, Fauntazor, Dormanoid, Radira. Dormanoid, go, Dormanoid. Dormanoid gained 1768 experience points. Dormanoid has increased to level 42. Health has increased by 3, strength by 3, defense by 1, magic attack by 1, magic defense by 2 and speed by 2. Dormanoid now has 4 training points after gaining 4 training points. Shadow Administrator Kumarai defeated. I am a disgrace to the Shadow Warrior cause. Obtained 1,643 gold. I can't believe you beat me, the strongest of the 3 administrators. Kumarai said, his face red with embarrassment. I can't believe it. I walked slowly over to the vortex. There were no obvious controls. No buttons, no switches, no, anything. I reached my hand toward the figure inside, and as soon as my hand touched the vortex, it vanished. My father fell in a heap at my feet. Dad? I asked quietly, a tear falling from my face. My fault. He moaned. I told Dr. Ross. I told him. I endangered your life. Kill me, JC, kill me. I'll one day understand and welcome the release. What do you want to do? Comfort your father. Make him pay for his crime with his life. Comfort your father. Their father. I said. I'll get you to a hospital, come on. Select an option, inventory, monopede, save game. Select an option. It's a metal post. Would you like to use your rope to climb it? Shadow Warrior's rest area. Many of us don't have homes of our own to go back to when the day or night's worth of work is completed. Many of us are kept as little more than prisoners ourselves. About half of the workers never leave the building. We're given a lovely aerial view of the prison of frozen time so that we are constantly reminded what could happen to us if we think of misbehaving. JC found 3 max skill drinks. JC stored the max skill drinks in the status pocket. JC found an Erod pendant. JC stored the Erod pendant in the other items pocket. All Manamon have been completely healed. 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 Living like this is horrible. Many of us don't have homes of our... We're given... All Manamon have been completely healed. 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 All... Ready to climb down? Prison of frozen time. Location, prison of frozen time. Manila factory basement. What's your ID number? Manila factory basement. Manila factory. Sandcot Beach. Hey you. I yelled at somebody casually strolling across the beach. Hey, I need help here. What's going on? The woman said, rushing over. My dad. I said. He's very badly hurt. Please go get a doctor or something. Within 5 minutes, a doctor was carrying my father away in a stretcher. I sat there, thinking. Was it not near this very same spot that I first contemplated the fact, faced the realism that my own father had betrayed me to Octo Ross? Wasn't it then that I wished to hurt him, to kill him even? And now being given the opportunity and not going through with it? Because, of course, I didn't really blame my father now. How could I? If subjected to such atrocities, I might do the same thing. He wasn't right in the head when he betrayed me. He wasn't. The image of my father as a wise and moral man fought to reassert itself in my mind after being torn apart when I nearly fell to my death from the top of Mount Sintar. I wanted to have my father back, the man I didn't always agree with, but the father I loved and respected. If he survives, I would be able to have that father again. Or would I? Can a person ever be the same after facing such torture? Presently I decided it would behoove me to return to Orianda City and tell my grandmother and sister the horrible news, omitting some of the detail for my sister's sake. Pocket Copter. Orianda City. Orianda City. Mata Hotel. All Manamon have been completely healed. Orianda City. Grandmother's house. Hey big bro. My sister shouted. Where be you been? And so I told them. I told them the whole story, well, mostly the whole story. I did omit some of the darker elements, my sister being only 8 years old. But he'll get better, right big bro? Melanie pleaded. Yeah, I promised. He'll get better. I know he will. He's got to. I started to cry, and my sister and grandmother joined in the grief. You said he was taken by Sandcot medics? My grandmother queried. Yeah, I said. They're some of the best in Tangeria, he'll be fine. Grandmother reassured. We sat there, discussing the fond memories we had of my father. Grandma told us a story about when Dad was only about 11 and how he snuck away to start his Manamon journey against the wishes of his mom. So then he says, well you may be a disobedient sneak, but you beat me fair and square so here's your stadium key. Melanie laughed and I smiled. Actually, Grandma. I asked after a few more hours of catching up. Yes JC dear? She replied. I want to go out for a walk now, get some fresh air. I said. I might decide to travel to the next stadium, get my mind off things. I'll come back and visit you soon though, okay? Do as you must JC. My grandmother said. Do whatever you have to deal with the situation. Love you Grandma. I said, miming a kiss. Love you Melanie. I said to my sister. Love you too, brother Melanie said. Grandmother's house at 2. Melanie's room. Pocket Copter. Where would you like to fly? Orienta City. Orienta City. Mana Hotel. All Manamon have been completely healed. Inventory. Mana P. Save game. Game save. Select an option. Party.